Well, hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. If you remember last week's video, I talked about having a water line put in, and we're getting it done right now. These guys started digging this morning, and they're almost done before lunchtime, digging a trench 320 feet all the way up to my pasture. And now I won't have to water the cows anymore by hand. Let's look at what they did from where they started. Alright, so here's the house, and they dug down 7 feet, and the water line went through the wall there. It's going to come out a few feet, and then it tees off to an Iowa yard hydrant fountain that is good for year-round. If you're familiar, you turn it on, it comes up. When you shut it off, it drains back out into the ground. There's a little weep hole down there that it'll drain back into. They'll put gravel around that and it'll drain out, and it works great in sub-zero temperatures. And here's the trench. It is insane. This camera doesn't really show it too well. That's about 10 feet from there down to the bottom. The line only needs to be 5 feet in the area I am of southern Wisconsin. They used to go 4, now they're going 5 because we don't get as much snow. But holy cow, we've got rock. You might not know it yet, but I'm an avid rock hound. These are pretty boring to me though. I like gems and cool minerals. But anyhow, back to the dig. They've got a conduit here which has a direct bury 3/4 inch water line. I'll also be running power up this trench before they start to bury it today. Some of their equipment. Shout out to Schlittler Construction, doing a great job digging here. Up to the pasture it goes, 320 feet from the house. And then up there where they're working, I'm going to put an automatic Ritchie water. Take care of all my water problems. And just like that, the digging is done. They got it all filled in. The automatic water is going to go right here where the standpipe is, which goes down about 7 feet down, and then it angles in the bottom of the trough over to this hydrant. So I'll have a hose hydrant here as well, and that'll be good for in the winter time. And so will that. So I'm gonna let that settle for the winter. I'm not gonna put anything here this year. I will pour concrete, probably a 10 by 10 pad there, and then next year I will connect 3 different paddocks. We'll be able to drink out of a Ritchie water right there. I won't have to fill this tank up anymore every week and a half with water, because they'll have full-time water, like I said. So they got it all cleaned up as much as they could for this year. The rest of it's gonna settle, and next spring I will come in with the loader and haul the rest of this fill out of here. So that is going to be a super improvement for the winter. Bubba goes to freezer camp in about 25 days. He is ready, filled out and fat. My good friend in the Wagyu industry will be there with his carcass imaging camera, which is the Japanese standard camera that they use for taking pictures of the ribeye muscle between the 12th and 13th rib. And that will get sent to Japan and Australia for them to analyze it, and it'll find out the square muscle of his ribeye, and it will figure the marbling percentage, and then it'll be ranked on that. And then depending on the quality and tenderness and taste and marbling will be the determining factor of what his semen will sell for, because I have a limited stock of it, about 200 straws. Right now they're for sale for $25 a straw. If he's good, that could be times 10 or times 100. So we'll see. I'm hoping for the best. But I'm really excited about having this water. It's going to be so nice. I won't have to worry about it at all in the winter time. The Ritchie Omni 3 heater or water has a built-in heater on the stainless steel pan, and it's good for up to 100 cattle, so that's about 8 times as much as I'll ever need, so I don't have to worry about it. Frank is looking good. And the other day I moved the Quonset hut down here into this paddock, which is going to be number 2 paddock, I guess, and that's where my 4 yearling calves are going to go when I wean them next week, because I can bring them home now since I'm going to have a new water set up, and they need to get off the cows because the cows are pregnant, which is exciting because I got a really good embryo in one. And then Bubba here is going to have another offspring that I'll be able to judge him from. So it'll be a couple of years till I get meat from his offspring. But I'm excited about that to see how his genetics carry through. He's a beast. I'm thinking he's 2,100 pounds. I'll find out when I take him to the vet in about 2 weeks, just a day before I take him to meet his maker. It's not a fun day for me. I love my animals, but I do it for, one reason, to provide food to people and hopefully make a little bit of money in the end. But to get started, it's really expensive. Today's tab, for instance, was $4K. I had to get it done. It's just money well spent for the infrastructure that I need. Also, I will be getting this pelt back. I should say his hide. That'll be going to Missouri to a tannery. And I'm going to do some leather making. I'm definitely going to make belts. I'm going to make full grain steer hide belts. So look for that in the future on some upcoming videos, but that's going to be a year before I get leather back from him. So let's take a look at one other thing I had done today. I had it in the plans for my construction crew that came out, and I had to get my shipping container, which is right here, put onto some concrete tubes that I buried in the ground about 4 feet, and that'll prevent the woodchucks from living underneath it, and it'll just make it a lot better for stacking stuff in there with it level. So I'm happy that got done today. Starting to dry up, grass is going away, Gonna be feeding more hay, but the flies are disappearing, which is awesome, and that puts a lot less stress on these cattle. I try to take care of the flies as much as I can, but it's really a battle. So let's just walk down towards the house and see what happened down here today. Super excited about that Iowa hydrant. If you ever need one of these put in, I highly recommend an Iowa hydrant. They're good for the whole lifetime of you and probably another generation. They're great. So yeah, we figured it out. They started about 8 o'clock this morning. Got a guy in the excavator and operating. It's probably been in a machine for 25, 30 years. So he kind of knows what he's doing. And they just kept going. I think we figured it out. It took them, it was 320 feet. It took them 3 hours of digging. 100 feet an hour, not bad. And they had nothing but rock, like I showed a little earlier. And I collected a shitload of rocks for myself that I'm gonna like to use for different projects. Like there's a nice one. I'll probably grab that one for later. Anything flat. That's pretty sweet. But it's also a big ass mess in my in-laws' yard. So this is where it terminates down at the house. And there's that hydrant I talked about earlier. I got a little bit of a mess to clean up, but I'm happy with it. It's done, and back to work tomorrow. I work full time too. And if you like this video, don't forget to subscribe. It's always free, and it helps my channel get out to other viewers so they can see it too. Stay tuned for the next one. I'm gonna get my water moved and clean up this shit for the rest of the day. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.